What up, guys? Time to grow channel. So today I'll be talking about myofascia release. You guys are probably looking at me like deer caught in headlights. What in the is he talking about? So myo or mayo is relating itself to muscle. Fascia is connective tissue on top of the muscle fiber. And release, obviously, that says it all. You're trying to release that connective tissue on top of the muscle, so it slides. That's what. That's the whole point of that connective tissue. In order to make your muscles slide against each other, preventing friction, preventing it to bind up as protective tissue, keeping all that muscle fiber the way it's supposed to be. So your muscle fibers have a connective on that, and then a fascicle is this way. A fascicle is a bundle of it. I think it as a bungee cord, right? The muscle fibers are the little elastic ones, and then the fascicle is the bigger one. And then you have a bigger one, which is your muscle, overall muscle. So you have connective tissue in all three of those. If you are working out over and over again, you don't stretch, you don't do a release that I'm about to tell you about, everything is going to end up binding up. Muscle boundness is caused by that. In fact, I'm working on mine right now on my lower extremities for me to be able to do a proper squat, ass to grass. I'm there. There's still a lot of work to be done. There's always work to be done. So, you have to do this. You have to stretch. You have to do the release in order for your muscles to slide. Slide back and forth while they're contracting. If not, you're going to have knots. I've said it before, you're going to get knots on your back. People that suffer from a lot of knots in their back, they're either too stressed out, they're carrying too much tension on their necks, on their chest. Just they're very, very shallow breathers because you don't stretch enough. You're not opening your chest enough. Take a deep breath. You always, because everything is contracting. You're doing one of these. You go into a natural position that your body's, you're just causing yourself to slowly cave in. By breathing deep, expanding that chest, you're stretching all those muscles. So, stretch. Do the foam rolling. There's a guy that came up with this idea. I can't remember what he was having issues with, but it was because he was just doing his training. I think he was a runner, but he ran a lot all the time, but never did anything about it. And then someone planted the idea on his head to get massages all the time to stretch everything so that everything works properly. So he came up with the foam roller. There's tons and tons of them out there now for all different kinds of things. All the different kinds of things. In fact, I have a foam roller, and then I have a steel roller, which is more of a cold compress to kind of relax, take down the inflammation of the muscle after a workout. I also use a little lacrosse ball to stretch my traps, do the chest, shoulders, lats, lower back. There's all kinds of videos online about this. Certain ones. But basically you're putting this on your back and you're against the wall and you're putting pressure on it. So you're going to have a pressure point on it. And ideally you want to go up. Let's see. I'm still trying to get used to this camera thing. Let's just say this is your trap, right? Muscle fibers are going that way. You want to start at the bottom of the muscle. You work your way up 1 inch, down 1. Keeping pressure on it at all times against the wall, right? And then you're going to go up 1 inch, down 1/2, up 1 inch, all the way up and all the way down. Once you work all of those knots out, it's going to take a little bit. Then you can go against the muscle fiber. Really get in there, deep tissue, and just make sure everything is working properly. Really release everything in there. You can actually do foam rolling every day without any repercussions from it. Do it before a workout as your part of your warm-up to really get everything going, really open up everything. So when you do start working out, blood can go in there, really deep in there, and not just to certain spots if you had a knot. Do it after a workout while you're doing your cool down and your stretch. Really stretch everything out, really release everything. It's going to help with your recovery time. I've done foam rolling. I've been doing foam rolling pretty much every day for my legs, my hip flexors, just really trying to loosen everything up so I don't lose it, right? You don't use it to lose it. But that's pretty much it, man. That's all I got for you guys for my myofascia release. You guys got any other questions? I can go a little more in depth in it. If not, well, there you go. Now you know something better. You are growing with knowledge. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.